So this is Samsung Galaxy A52 and in this video we are going to talk about my daily driver. It's almost been 6 months since I've owned this device and I bought it second hand from OLX. In this video I will share my complete insights, what is good, what is bad. So let's start with the good things first, and that is design. Now the device comes with a plastic body and a plastic frame, which could feel a little underwhelming considering the price, that is 35,000, but it also gives you a peace of mind that if you drop it somewhere there is no glass to break, and modern and feels lightweight. There is one speaker grill on the bottom and earpiece works as a secondary speaker. There is also a headphone jack, a SIM tray with SD card expansion slot, and a dual SIM support. Inside there are volume rocker buttons, a power button, and of course a Type-C charge port is also available, which can also be used for data transfer. Now let's talk about the display of this device. Now the display is the second good thing about this device. This thing features a Full HD Plus 1920 by 1080 Super AMOLED panel with 120Hz refresh rate. Truth be told, this display is just gorgeous. Like, even if you compare it with the latest mid-range devices around 30,000, this display can still give them run for their money. I was watching Lord of the Rings on Amazon Prime, and that's when I realized how good the display actually is. It might be an 8-bit panel, but it is a good 8-bit panel. Talking about the camera in this device, this thing really features a solid camera system, especially for a 3 generation old device. This thing has a 64 megapixel main camera with OIX, which has a Sony IMX682 sensor with f1.8. The ultra-wide sensor is a 12 megapixel shooter with f2.2, and the macro camera and the depth camera are 5 megapixel each with f2.4. In the selfie department, this thing packs a 32 megapixel sensor with f2.2, which shoots in 16 megapixels by default, but it can be switched using the camera app. The photos from each camera lens turn out great. The photos from each camera sample turn out great when there is ample light, while the ultra wide images and the macro images quickly fall apart in the low light. In terms of videos, the situation is pretty much same as the main camera performs really well even in the low light conditions. For example, look at this clip of the fireworks. It was shot in a very dark environment and it still produced a very usable result. Overall, cameras are one of the strong points of this device. Now talking about the software support of this device, Samsung offers 4 years of OS updates and 5 years of security update. Even though I bought this device with Android 13, it already has received Android 14 with One UI 6.0 update, which I doubt devices from other brands have received, especially devices which are like 3 or 4 generations old. So yeah, in terms of software support, it is all good and I receive security patches literally every month. Plus the software is great. One UI is one of the best Android skins out there with a lot of customization options, especially with the good lock support, which enhances the customization like 3 folds easily. But not everything is perfect with this device, so let's talk about the cons in this device. For example, even though the gaming performance on this device is good, like you can get 60 FPS in BGMI easily and it has a decent Antutu score, this doesn't translate to the real world performance for some reason. And especially after the device restarts, you have to give it a full minute after unlocking so the device becomes usable. It's not because of processor either, because I think Snapdragon 778G is not a weak processor by any means, but I guess it could be due to proper optimization because this device is getting pretty old and there is less incentive for Samsung to put much effort into optimization. Hence, I think the poor experience. Another bad thing about this device that I can say is the battery backup. Now, my initial impression regarding the battery backup of this device were not good. This thing has a 4500 mAh battery, which I think is less, especially in 2024. Initially, I used to charge this device twice a day to make it last the entire day. It takes a few days or even weeks for AI to understand your usage patterns and optimize the battery usage. But once optimized, it can last an entire day with low to medium usage. But if you are a heavy user, you may still need to charge the device twice a day. So yeah, there is that. So what's my final opinion then? Should you buy this device in 2024? For most of you, the answer is absolutely not. It is now a way too old a device to be purchased. However, if you are considering it as a second hand device, I'll still say you don't have to pay like more than 10,000 for this device for second hand. Keep in mind that it will now only receive one more OS update and 2 years of security updates. So yeah, there's that. And on that note, if you think this video was helpful for you, then hit the like button. And while you are down there, you might as well subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you later.